Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a towering cliff. The wind is howling in your ears, and the air feels electric with possibility. Across the gap, on the other side, lies everything you've ever dreamed of. Success, love, freedom, purpose. You can see it. You can almost touch it. But your feet, they feel like they're cemented to the ground. Your heart is pounding like a drum in your chest. Your palms are drenched in sweat. You can't move, and you don't jump. You can't. Here's the thing, it's not the gap in front of you that's stopping you. It's not even the height or the risk. It's something much deeper, something lurking in the corners of your mind. Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of failure. Fear of leaving behind what's familiar. But why? Why does change, even the kind of change that promises to make our lives better, feel so terrifying? What is it about taking a leap into the unknown that paralyzes us to the core? Today, we're diving deep into the truth about why change feels so impossible. And by the end of this video, you'll see it differently. You'll be ready to take that leap. So don't go anywhere, because this might just be the most important message you've ever heard. Part 1. The survival brain. Change isn't just psychological, it's biological. It's hardwired into the very design of your brain. At the center of your resistance to change lies the oldest part of your brain, the amygdala. Thousands of years ago, this little almond-shaped part of your brain was the reason our ancestors survived. It was their warning system. A rustle in the bushes? That might be a predator. The amygdala would flood their bodies with fear, facing them to flee or fight to stay alive. But here's the problem. In today's world, the amygdala doesn't know the difference between a real physical danger and emotional discomfort. Leaving a toxic relationship, starting a new job, moving to a new city, to your brain these feel like life or death situations. It's not that you're weak. It's not that you're lazy. It's your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do, protect you. But here's the paradox. The part of your brain that's supposed to protect you is the same part that's holding you hostage. It's stopping you from growing, evolving, and reaching your potential. But guess what? Once you understand this, you can start to break free from it. Part 2. Comfort zones are traps. Let's talk about comfort zones. They feel safe, don't they? They're predictable, familiar, you know exactly what to expect. It's like being wrapped in a warm, cozy blanket. But here's the harsh truth. Comfort zones are prisons in disguise. They are the invisible chains that keep you small, that keep you stuck, that keep you from becoming the person you're meant to be. Think about a caterpillar. Inside its cocoon, it's warm, it's safe. But if it stays there, if it never struggles to break free, it never becomes the butterfly it was destined to be. The same is true for you. Staying in your comfort zone might feel safe, but it's slowly suffocating your potential. Every great story of success, every entrepreneur, every athlete, every artist begins with someone saying, enough. Someone stepping outside their comfort zone, no matter how terrifying it felt. So let me ask you this, is your comfort zone keeping you safe, or is it keeping you small? Part 3. The myth of readiness. Now let's talk about the biggest lie we tell ourselves. I'll change when I'm ready. But here's the truth. You will never feel ready. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Readiness is a myth. It's a lie. Your brain tells you to keep you from stepping into the unknown. Think about it. Has waiting ever made you feel braver? Has putting off a decision ever made it easier? It never does. That's because motivation doesn't come before action. It comes after. When you take that first step, no matter how small, you trigger something in your brain. You prove to yourself, I can do this. And suddenly, the impossible feels achievable. So stop waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment doesn't exist. The perfect moment is the one where you decide to act. Part 4. The power of tiny changes. Here's something most people get wrong about change. They think it has to be big, dramatic, earth-shattering. But the truth is, change doesn't have to be overwhelming. It starts with the smallest steps. Imagine a plane flying from LA to New York. If the pilot adjusts the course by just 1 degree, the plane ends up thousands of miles away from its original destination. The same is true for your life. A single, tiny change can set off a chain reaction. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Replace 1 soda with water. Read 1 page of a book instead of scrolling on your phone. These tiny changes build momentum, and that momentum becomes unstoppable. Because here's the thing, success doesn't happen all at once. It's a result of the small choices you make every single day. Part 5. Your future self is watching now. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself 10 years from now. You're sitting alone, thinking back to this moment, to the choices you made or didn't make. Will you be proud of the risks you took, or will you regret the opportunities you let slip away? Here's a hard truth. People on their deathbeds don't regret the risks they took. They regret the chances they didn't take, the dreams they never chased, the changes they were too scared to make. Your future self is begging you, please take the leap. Please don't let fear win, because every time you choose safety over growth, you move further away from the life you're meant to live. Fear only has power if you give it power. Everything you've ever wanted is waiting for you on the other side of fear. So write down one change you've been avoiding. Take one step toward it today, because the question isn't, why is change so scary? The real question is, are you brave enough to embrace it? Take the leap. Your future self is waiting.